You foolish listener. Did you really think you could remember what happened last time on the Incorrigible Party?
So Falzer and you go over and you kind of give Gozer a shake, waking her up for her shift.
Okay.
As she kind of comes to.
I swing at Falzarin.
Gozer, what does she see?
Normally I would think during watch I would be kind of laid back, keeping an eye out on everything, but, just kind of sitting there. I think now I'm more, maybe even pacing occasionally. Like any little noise I'm jumping at, and just super anxious seeming.
Right, almost as if you just want to pick up and go right now.
Yeah, I want to hit something.
Well, from your basically you've set it up so you have a clear line, but you see this figure, and his skin is grayed and paled out, and has this what once was a very brightly colored vest, but even his vest and his clothing looks as if it's got this gray hue to it.
Why don't you just stay right where you are?
Oh no, we have business, and you will be losing on this deal. And as you pull it back out, his body just topples to the forest floor, and you all kind of see it looks like this ghostly figure kind of just rises up out of his body and then just kind of fades away.
Bow to Clash Bone Collector, and you may live long enough to continue the adventure.
Was that Magic Man?
Yeah, I look over at Falzarin. What was that?
Falzarin wipes his brow.
Why dead things attacking us?
I think that Sardo had come back for some reason to enact vengeance. Because...
But he's dead.
Someone killed him.
Dead is dead.
Yeah. He's dead.
Did we say that I know what a revenant is? You
Yes.
didn't say that we did say that. Okay.
That's why we're talking to you.
Sorry.
It's the only reason we're talking to you, Falzarin. You have something we want.
Well, you guys were talking. I didn't know it was to me.
I think there was a sale on, and he wanted to come and tell us about it.
Yeah, so I think he came back as what we call a revenant. It's sometimes for some via some magic, people can come back to enact vengeance on if someone has murdered them, on the perpetrator, kind of come back from the afterlife.
So he came back to kill me.
He was after you, Bryn.
That makes sense. He came right up to my tree.
He dead now?
I don't know.
Dead?
I think so.
So you're saying anybody kills somebody and they come back and take vengeance if they kill them unjustly, like everybody that she kills.
Hey,
so we
hey,
can
hey,
expect
hey,
this to happen quite a bit.
Yeah, what do I know about revenants, Leland? Other than just that they're are there situations that cause them to always occur, or is it kind of just random? It may happen or it may not.
You don't know.
Okay.
I mean, he took a lot of hits. I mean, it was
Yeah.
really hard to put him down.
He dealt some
Well,
pretty heavy damage, too.
He doesn't like fire. I know that.
Oh,
If we ever come across one of these in the future,
well, it sort of is up to you then, I guess.
Yeah. We don't have any fire weapons.
Gozer needs fire.
maybe next town we're in, you guys can
Get a flamethrower?
buy
All
some
right.
supplies to, maybe some oil.
What is flamethrower?
I don't know. Something like, a weapon that doesn't use magic that can throw fire.
Is your big flaming ball still lit up? Are you still thinking about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna choose to let it hang around for a little while.
Oh, dear.
Well, does it only last a minute?
Yeah. How many rounds is that? 6?
10.
10.
So next time this happens, I can sort of make him have to stay where he is, right? Lock him down. You can smack your ball against him a bunch of times. That's something we can think of next time this happens.
Absolutely.
Let's hope there isn't a next time. I mean, at least this one didn't have any hands.
I didn't expect it to happen the first time, so it's a good idea to be prepared.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you who else did you kill? The cat? You killed
Prince Charmington the Third.
Prince Charmington. Yeah, I mean, let's make a list, and if we ever see anybody walking down the road that looks like anybody that you've maybe killed before,
killed Hank.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's okay. Well, that's your problem, man.
I guess then we'd need to worry about Julvi as well.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
tough being
that's called an encore.
It's tough being a powerful wizard.
My question is, who brought him back to life, and who sent him here, and are they close? Like,
That I don't know.
do we need to be worried the rest of the night?
Well, last time we saw him was the cave, right?
Falzarin does know that it's not like it wouldn't be like somebody you may have encountered, like raising him. It's not like it's not like as if you were to like raise dead or animate dead or something like that.
Oh,
It is
okay.
more like, it's almost more divine and like kind of this larger power kind of thing, instilling life back into Sardo.
So it wasn't whoever in the town type thing.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been somebody like that had a grudge. It was basically almost like through force of will, through like force of Sardo's will kind of thing.
Okay. So, Falzarin, do we have to be worried about someone else? Like, who brought this guy back to life?
It doesn't really have anything to do with anyone who is left behind living.
Okay.
It's not the doing of anyone who's currently alive. It has to do with the person who's been killed. And there's no way to know for sure if anyone is going to come back as a revenant. Depends on that person who was killed.
Okay. So, for the time being, you think we're pretty safe to hunker down here for the night?
I don't think we'll be any safer
What
anywhere
are the
else.
odds? What are the odds of two revenants?
Hey, I'm
strolling
just
in?
asking. I don't know about these things that you know so much about so many things that I know nothing about.
Can he come back again, or he dead now?
Let's just
Bill
burn him
knows
up.
nothing.
Just burn him.
That's a good idea, Shaft.
Yeah.
Wanna
Move your
have a
little ball
bonfire?
there and lay it on top of him.
Yeah, so Leland, I want to do that. I want to move my flaming sphere and just have it hang out right on top of him. Kind of like push it down into his
Sure,
corpse.
okay.
Push it real good.
All right, so you incinerate.
Wait.
most of his corpse.
Before he puts the ball down, Bryn like scampers over, grabs his cap, and puts the cap on, and then
It
Okay.
has dead zombie bits on it. Why?
yeah, but we all have one. I mean, it's like a trophy. Killed him twice.
So you, for the duration of your minute here, another like 45-ish seconds, you kind of burn a good portion of his body.
Okay.
Not entirely incinerated.
Yeah, the hat kind of stinks. So right before the fireball goes out, she like takes it off and throws it in the fire.
All right. So I look over and say, Gozer, you must still be pretty tired. You're looking beat. You want to get back to sleep?
Yes.
All right, so you guys bed down for a long rest again here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll take first watch. I'll do the first 4 hours.
Okay.
You gonna sleep with your tuft again?
If it'll let me. Well, yes, I'm gonna grab him. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, you used him as a weapon.
He's kind of rubbing his head.
Duff, come here. Sorry, through you.
It's okay. It's okay, King. It's okay, King Gozer.
And yeah, on my first watch here, I'm also paying attention to Gozer. Making sure she has sweet dreams. For real, the conversation the night before brought Bryn a little bit closer to Gozer because she's like really opened up to her for the first time. So she's feeling a little bit more protective over her than she would have.
So yeah, the first 4 hours for you, Bryn, just kind of again uneventful. You kind of maybe hear some, the sway and creaking of these trees, and like kind of foresty sounds. Oh, as almost as if it's just kind of like settling kind of thing. But you don't see any signs of anything around you. As again, you're pretty still close to you're not very deep into these woods yet, right?
Yeah.
And whoever is else, who's up
Who
next?
am I waking
for-
up,
for
guys?
watch?
I'll go next because I have dark vision.
So Bryn goes and wakes up Falsey. Goes into her...
Anything happen on your watch?
No, nothing. Just creepy woods.
How's Gozer been?
I think she's been... Has she been, like, still paralyzed looking or normal or...
She see. Well, I don't believe. Did Falzarin explain how she looked? Did you explain that to?
No, I didn't.
Not
Oh.
quite. Okay, so Brent, no, but you see kind of again. You had said you're paying kind of close attention to Gozer.
Yeah.
She's kind of like hugging Thuft in her sleep and maybe like a murmur, but she seems to be sleeping soundly.
Okay. Yeah, nothing but creepy woods and... I don't know, Gozer's hugging her teddy bear over there.
Goblin cuddles.
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta go do my trance.
Okay.
Get me if you need something.
Okay, Falzarin, your 2 hours. It's kind of the similar thing, just kind of eerie out in these woods, but no attacks, no signs of creatures.
And once again, Gozer is not doing anything out of the ordinary.
Nothing like what you witnessed last night. She seems
Okay.
Yeah, she seems fine.
All right. So I'll wake Shaft up to be the caboose.
I smack him.
Yeah, can everyone please leave the mics except for Shaft?
So I'm gonna say, so far it's been an uneventful night, Shaft. You're up now. Gozer seems to be getting a good sleep. No more nightmares.
That's fine. I get up, stretch a little bit, go over and start, flinging my rapiers around, just doing some practice moves. I'm sort of half paying attention to what's going on around me.
Well, lucky for you, not much to pay attention to as your 8 hours goes off. So Gozer, you do now gain the benefits of this long rest, but your hit point maximum is still reduced.
Yeah.
And the rest of you, were you injured, you heal, Falzarin, you get those spell slots back.
Sweet, sweet.
And basically, you're you continuing down the road here.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going
I wake
across
up
the
in the
bridge.
morning and I say, Gozer's still tired. Still feel weak.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Walk it off.
I ignore you and I start walking off.
I take it
Is
as
that
she
really
did what I
ignoring
said.
him then? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so-
let's start walking.
Hit the road. Do we take the road or are we like just going through the woods?
Yeah, we'll take the road across
Okay.
the bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
Your first hour kind of walking through the woods, definitely in the daytime, there's not quite as eerie. And it does look like, like a regular healthy forest. Like Bryn, I'm sure you're just kind of recalling memories of, the lusciousness of what the Phalarian forest once was.
Yeah.
Or at least, and parts still
It's
are.
it's like feeling at home in a forest, but the trees are different. Like everything's just
Yes, these
it's a
trees
little
are
different.
very different than
Yeah.
what comprise of the Phalarian forest. Absolutely. So over the first hour, you kind of walk down this road, and you finally hit this bridge at this river. And why doesn't everyone make me a perception check?
15.
17.
14.
6. I see something shiny.
Well, as you hit this river, this bridge.
Well, this is always a good sign. When the map goes away and everything becomes black. In roll 20.
It means for once we went somewhere that you predicted we would go. Yay!
Finally.
Huzzah!
Well, he knew we weren't going to do that crossing the river with the ropes
Oh my gosh.
business again. If there was a bridge, we were going to do it this time.
My ring of jumping that could have just jumped me across.
Nah, I think that river was a little.
I
little
could have
too
jumped from
wide
shallow
for you.
area to shallow area.
Yeah, that's
probably.
true. But you kind of did that.
But what about the resistance of the water, though? I mean, did that hinder your jump?
Oh, I gotta get a token for Thuft.
Yeah. Don't forget Thuft.
He's such a little ball of positivity in our party. That theft next to Gozer.
Yep. So, as you guys have made your perception checks and you've come up to basically the base of this bridge almost, you see in the middle of the road this, like, small, like, 2.5 foot tall gold, like, frog man standing in front of you.
Yeah, he's right blocking the bridge.
Yeah, he's right on the ground, and into the trees to your left that align the northern part of this road. You see more of these frog people in the trees. You see like a red one, and there's blue and a purple and a green, kind of up in these trees. All these variations, different colors.
So Leland called them frog people. What are we gonna decide to call them? Lizard people?
Well, if they look like
'Cause-
frogs.
Well, we usually end up going with something
Oh, I
opposite
see
of
what
what
you're
he
saying.
says.
So,
Centipedes.
I'm just kidding.
yeah, I was gonna say centipedes.
Yeah.
Or,
They have eels for heads.
Kitty cats?
Well,
I think they're iguana people.
yeah. They call them
They're-
nice kitty
they're
cats.
salamanders,
Based
okay.
on Leland's description, I think these are iguanas.
Sorry to interrupt you setting the scene. I just it's gonna happen.
Poor Leland.
How big are these iguanas?
They're about as big as you, Shaft.
Oh, okay.
As big as you and Thuft, I guess.
So they're halfling iguanas, okay?
Yeah, they're halfling iguanas. So the gold one in the road here, you see, like, he's got like he's a short bow he's got in his hands, and he's got an arrow knocked, and he's just kind of looking at you and blinking with his big frog eyes as like the second eyelid kind of closes and opens.
I'm just gonna wave at him. Hi.
He kind of croaks, "Paladins," and kind of pulls a bow back.
Nope. Nope. Not paladins.
Yeah, we're not paladins.
Speak.
Frogman, move.
We're just trying to cross the bridge here, and we're heading to the town up here. Either, Goldham or Zexa. Doesn't matter, we need a bridge.
Okay, he kind of lowers his short bow a little bit. You see the 4 frog people in the trees. They kind of drop down to the ground. Now they're all kind of level with you, but they don't move forward at all.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to these guys and go, hey, let's see if we can get across this bridge without having to kill anybody.
Frogman, move. Frogman, no die.
Okay.
Falzarin likes that plan.
I continue on towards the gold, whatever we called them.
His name says Gold
Iguana.
Grung.
The
Frogman.
gold grung. Yeah. Oh, I can move my guy, I guess.
Okay. So he's lowered his bow.
He has lowered his bow. It's no longer pointed at any of you.
Did he make a bit of like a gesture to step a bit out of the way?
Not quite yet.
Okay. So I'm going to follow Shaft, who's walking up towards him.
Okay.
Sort of have my hands up in the air just so he knows I'm not touching my weapons, and just try to walk past him.
Well, he doesn't block you, but actually he just kind of starts hopping. He said, "Follow us," and he kind of starts to lead you across this bridge, almost forming this escort and just shuffling you guys across the bridge. And the 4 little frog guys that drop from the trees, they kind of just pile in and follow about 20-ish feet behind you. They're not, giving you your space, but they're not.
Can I do an insight check to see if I have any reason to think this is going to go bad?
Sure. You could all roll an insight if you'd
I was
like.
gonna say, did we all follow Shaft? Because I didn't say I followed Shaft.
10 for me.
4. 4 for Gozer.
9 for Falzarin.
22 for Bryn.
Bryn, you are... Well, okay, you're piecing together the few little croaks that you've heard this thing say, and you do believe that he understands that you guys are not paladins of Cultus, and like clearly
Right.
he had you been or shown signs of being, they would have been hostile towards you.
Right.
So, Bryn, you feel that they're not trying to jump you or anything, but they just kind of want to get you out of their forest, basically. So, okay. So, Bryn, are you following? Is everyone going to kind of follow?
After
These guys seem on the up and up. Let's go.
After checking it out, I look around and I'm like, they seem to not want to harm us or anything. Let's see where they take us.
I want to do a perception check to see if there's anything else hiding around us.
Okay.
That one's better. That's a 20.
Yeah, you kind of looking, even kind of past the trees that they dropped in on the far side. You don't see any more of these guys hiding in the trees. On the tree line to your right, on the other side of the road, again, no sign of any more of them hiding in the treetops.
Okay. Then I'll walk across the bridge with Shaft.
All right, we all go to the bridge.
And they kind of escort you across this bridge. You know, it's maybe a 50-foot-ish, 60-foot long bridge. The river kind of just rushing past it. They get you to the other side of it, and they continue with you maybe another 100 feet or so past the other side of this bridge. And eventually they get to a point where the gold frog guy kind of steps to one side of the road, basically clearing this path for you. And you can just kind of continue on your way if you so choose.
Hey, thanks a lot for letting us use the bridge. Hey, these paladin guys, where are they at? What have they been up to?
They're killing our forest.
Yeah, with the towers?
Blue light.
Yeah. Yeah, have you guys tried to stop it?
Yes. Difficult.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it is. What have you done?
So I'm going to not talk crocally. I'm just going to give you some...
Why not?
That was half the fun!
Well, I know, but it's tough to actually hold a conversation when you can say 3 words at a time. So he kind of gets across to you that they are patrolling, along the road and kind of in the southern parts of this forest, closer to where the towers are located. That they're just ambushing any paladins that they come across and killing them, as they blame them for, of course, what's happening to the southern parts of their forest, and it's basically just threatening their habitat. But he kind of talks about how the blue light being in it for too long hurts them. He just says sick, tired. But he also notes that the paladins seem to be able to come and go through this blue light unaffected. And he croaks out metal box, and indicates that they've seen and observed outposts, just like campsites more than an outpost, of paladins kind of just outside of this blue light. They've observed them handling these small metallic cubes.
So they carry these boxes around, and do they emit a blue light also?
Nope.
What's in the boxes?
Probably the artifact, Shaft.
Box protects them.
Box protects them?
Protects from light.
Oh, the
I
box
see.
protects them from the blue light.
Ah.
Are you friend to Grung?
Yeah,
Sure,
we're friends
yeah.
to Grung.
And he kind of puts a hand to his chest as he says Grung, indicating they're the Grung. Of course, you don't quite understand. You may think that's actually his name. He doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible what's happening to the forest, and if there's anything we can do to stop it, we want to do that.
He looks at the other 4 that are still kind of behind you, but they've kind of piled in closer as you guys have been kind of having this conversation. And he kind of points off to the road, and they hop into the forest, and he just kind of follow us, and moves into the forest off of the road.
Where are you taking us, Grung?
Come to home. We'll help you.
This is probably some good information gathering. At least we can find out, before we go talk to the mayor. Get some information from these guys. Apparently they've been fighting these guys.
Yeah, let's go see what this Grung is wanting to show us.
I draw the line at a wagon. If they try to get us into a wagon, we say no. All right?
All right, fair enough.
I never agreed to getting into a wagon.
Hey, let's just leave the wagon. What happened in the past is in the past.
What happened in the wagon stays in the wagon.
That's right. Okay, I follow.
Okay, great. So if you all follow, they just kind of hopping through this forest, and it seems like right off this road, the forest like kind of suddenly seems to get like much thicker, as if like the growth has like somehow been enhanced. But they kind of, as you push, and you're basically kind of bushwhacking now through this really dense trees and low hanging foliage and overgrown like underbrush. And you finally press through into this small clearing, and in it's been clearly it seems to be like dug, and there's 5 smaller, like kind of shallow pools of water. You kind of see this makeshift kind of like trough of water that seems to be running from the direction of this bend of the river. As kind of they're drawing from this river, and the gold grung kind of motions, home must protect. And along the edge of the clearing now, in the trees, you see like many more of these green and a few red. There's only one other gold of these guys. And you've kind of gleaned that like this gold guy like is clearly in some type of leadership role. But in these pools, you see like these like large like tadpole looking things, and they're all kind of like this greenish gray, but distinctly separate. These 5 pools are distinctly separated. Around each pool, you see like a human, kind of like tending to what looks like these frog people's young, you can surmise. And they're all bound around the waist by this rope on one end, and the other end kind of leads into like the center of these pools and kind of disappears under the surface, as if they've kind of been tethered to these pools.
Interesting.
These tethered people there, they look very like they're kind of moving around sluggishly, and they're like, you know, dumping like these like grubs kind of into the water, you know, as if they're like feeding and caring for the young here. And the gold guy he lets another croak. He's not talking in common, but he's like speaking in like their own language. And a couple green frogs kind of immediately come hopping towards you with like platters full of things similar to what they're feeding the tadpoles, but it's just like, you know, grubs like bugs and insects and the kind of thing that you would think a frog would eat, as they kind of offer you some food. And he just dives right in and just flicks his tongue out and grabs a big fatty like maggot. And they're like not like regular bugs, they're like kind of like big, like larger bugs. And he just gulps down one of these maggots. Kind of motions for you guys to join in.
I'm good, thanks. We just ate right before we met you guys, right before the
Gozer's
bridge.
gonna take a big handful and start munching like potato chips.
Oh yeah, Thuft will too, for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to offend them. I'm going to say that's very kind of you. I'm not all that hungry, but I'll try some. So I grab a very small handful.
Gozer watches Falzarin eat one.
And I'm kind of like chewing slowly, trying not to grimace.
Bryn looks at the plate that's offered, and she looks real hard, and she's like digging through. She's like, "Oh, these ones are my favorite." Takes a bite. She lives in the forest. She's not
Sure.
she's
Yeah,
not
she's
above
scavenged
eating
it.
insects. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not eating it.
Well, Thuft is thoroughly enjoying himself. Seems to have found a kinship with these frog people.
So I'm gonna walk over by one of these humans that's tethered to the pool. How you doing, buddy? How's the pool tending?
He kind of looks up, and like his eyes are like almost half closed, as if he's like, it's like he's like almost like half asleep. He's just like super sluggish. He's like, huh? Who are you?
I'm just passing by. I thought I'd say hi. It looks like it's awful nice of you to be tending the pool for these guys.
They force us.
What? You're not doing this voluntarily?
No. And he kind of limply like lifts the the rope that's around his waist.
Oh man, did you do something wrong to piss him off? I mean,
Yeah, how'd you get yourself into this situation?
And the gold grung kind of hops over and starts like yelling, but it's hard to tell it's yelling, but like this loud, like long strung out croak as he kind of smacks at the human, and you know, as he gets him back to work, and he kind of croaks, he's like, "Paladins, slave now."
oh, okay. Well, it's none of my business. That's good. When you captured him, did you take any of their stuff?
Weapons, armor.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, could we check that out? I mean, it could come in handy for us if we're gonna try to help you guys get rid of these paladins. It might be good to have, you know, we could sneak in and maybe take them out, sneaky like.
There's a pile of like just abandoned armor and weapons. And looking at it, it's like sets of plate. There's a set of studded leather, and there's
They're
a short
emblazoned
bow.
with emblems and stuff. of
Right,
the
yeah,
cultists?
and they have that paladin symbol, like the tower, the crest on all of the armor, like chest pieces.
So I'm gonna go over to our buddy Grung, Gold Grung, and sort of take him aside, walk with him a little bit away from the others, and say, hey, I how about this? If you let me talk to one of these old paladin guys that you got cleaning the pools here, maybe he can give us some information that can help us go infiltrate this tower and take out these blue lights that hurt you so much. You think they might know something?
Nothing that we haven't gotten, but go ahead.
I mean, can we? I'll make an offer to let him go if he tells me, and then we'll sort of
No.
see. Well, I'm not
Then-
saying let him go. I'm just going to offer it.
Do not free him, but speak.
Okay.
Kind of basically gives you permission to talk to the slaves.
So I'll walk back over to the guy I was talking to and say, "Have a seat. You've been working really hard. I talked to my friend over there, and he says we might be able to work something out."
He kind of looks sheepishly, like looks over at the gold grung as the frogman kind of nods his big head, and he sits down next to him.
Hey, I go, "Look, you're gonna die, like more than likely. Do you want to die here, feeding whatever this crap is to these things?"
No, I don't.
I mean, if you made some kind of grand commitment to the cultist where there's just you'd rather die than give up any information. I mean, save me a lot of time here and tell me that's not the case.
I just, if you can get me out of here, turn my back on these paladins.
So you gotta hear me out here. You gotta give me something that's really good information, or it's just I think you're just gonna have to face up to the fact that you're gonna die here cleaning this pool here, right? You don't want to do that. So tell me about the towers. How are they powered, and how would one get one of these power nodes out of this tower?
I just patrol the outside. I don't know what powers them, but I know you can't get close. Can't get close without the keys.
Without the keys?
Yes, you're gonna get me out of here, right?
So far all you're telling me
You
is
might
crap.
have to.
You're gonna have to.
You might have to carry me. You gotta get me out of here.
We have ways. We can heal you up. My buddy over here, the guy that's looks like he knows what he's doing, the wizard-looking dude. Yeah, he can heal you.
What are the rest of you doing right now? Are you kind of listening on this conversation?
Yeah.
I would like to scan the area and see if anything else seems out of place, or
Gozer's going through the weapon pile.
that's my second move.
Yeah, I want to hear whatever information we can get out of this paladin.
Okay, so
So
you're
I'm keeping within earshot of Shaft.
sure. Okay, so Bryn, why don't you make me a perception check then? As you're kind of, I mean, is there something specific that you're looking for?
I guess I'm just like worried there's still a threat of some sort like going on.
Okay,
My
sure.
perception's 16.
Yeah, you certainly notice more more of these grung have kind of been jumping down from the trees and kind of like coming into the clearing. They seem very curious, of course, that you guys are here, but you don't see. I mean, they have seen you speaking with the gold grung, and they certainly don't look like they're going to question why you're here at all. Nobody's voicing, like, they're not seem to be voicing their own opinion or anything like that.
It's pretty obvious to me that like these humans were paladins taken as slaves.
Yeah, that's very clear from what the gold grung said and the discarded armor pieces. That seems pretty clear.
Okay. Yeah, I want to look at the weapons pile with Gozer.
Okay. So back to the paladin slave here. He says, the keys, the box, the ruined box.
Yeah, where do we get one of those?
Falzarin, you roll me a history check.
At 20.
You immediately start rummaging around in your pack, and you pull out this small metal cube that you stole from Sardos' shop.
Sure did.
That's it. That's them. Where did you get that?
Well, let me tell you, it was a very, very graceful act of pickpocketing.
It sounds like you'd fit right in with the paladins. Have you thought of joining them?
No, I'm not sure that what they're doing quite lines up with my goals.
Yeah, and he's relatively useless. So, anyway, are you know, we take these things and you just have it on you? Is it an individual or is it a group of people?
You just have to hold it, and when you have one, the blue light won't drain you.
I mean, like, what is it? An area around the cube, or just the person holding the cube?
Every paladin member that goes in has one.
What happens if you don't?
I don't know. They've never been in.
You've never seen it? I mean, I've heard rumors that people get sick and could possibly maybe go insane or die if they don't have one of these cubes.
Well, he kind of like he's speaking very like lethargically, but he kind of even hushes down a little more. He's like, "Well, we've found plenty of dead frog people in the light."
Ah, I see. So you've never been in one of these towers? But what's your name, by the way?
My name is Gregory.
Okay, Greg. Can I call you Greg? Greggy?
If you call me whatever you like, but please, how will you get me out of here?
Put my hand on his back and I go, "You've been a pretty good help here, Greg. I'm happy with what you're telling me here. Is there anything else that I need to know about getting into one of these towers other than having the little box and then getting in there? Is it all guarded? Is there any traps? Is there anything I need to know about getting into one of these towers?
You'll never get to them. There's just too many. There's too many paladins.
Too many paladins. They're just all encircled us.
Why do you want to get inside?
This is not for you to know. This is just for you to survive here by telling me. Is there a secret way in? Is there something else? I mean, you've helped me out a lot, but I don't know if it's quite enough to get you out of this mess that you're in.
I don't have anything else. There's patrol routes, but that change every 48 hours. I've been away for so long. I just know that it's for you to have. And he points to Falzer. One of those boxes. You'll have to assault a camp to get moored.
Well, I mean, how many? There's 3 pools. Did you say? How many pools?
There's 5 pools in here.
So there's 5 of you guys, and all of you had one. So they have to be over there in that pile, I assume. I mean, you guys wouldn't be walking around without that, would you?
Well, we're not in the blue light here. They are strictly controlled. You'll get one when you go in. They take it from you when you go out.
So somebody, when you're going in, there's like a checkpoint or something that they hand these things out?
They count them. They count them and make sure.
Oh, okay. So where is one of those checkpoints? Can you show me here? And I'd sort of draw Goldem on the ground there and where we sort of think the tower are. You know, where do you have to go to get one of these cubes?
And he basically right where you've motioned where these towers are, and kind of on either side of these towers, and you know, proximity wise, like you know how the paladins in they're basically their territory, right? They have this big long border of their own like walls and like fully populated outposts, right? And then they have now started pushing they're basically pushing their territory forward where they set up these towers. And you just kind of, there's out here and about a mile-ish from, like a mile outside of the light. There's quite a radius of light around these towers, but they set them up basically right outside of where the affected zone would be, right?
Okay. So, Greg, buddy, one more thing. So, let's just pretend for a moment. Follow me along. If I had all this armor on and I looked like one of you guys and I walked up to one of these outpost things, is there anything special I'd have to say for them to give me one of these cubes? I mean, do I have to say, hey, I'm heading inside the blue light district and I need to get me a cube, or is there like a password or something?
You'd have to be on the patrol list.
Ah, so you would be on the patrol list, right?
A patrol, like I said, they switch up the shifts every 48 hours. I don't know where I don't.
No, I know, but
I don't know
what's
how
your
long
last
I've
name?
been here.
What's your last name, Gregory?
Candle.
And you know these other guys, were they part of your troop?
He knows one of them. And he says he kind of points to one like on the far side, the furthest most pool. That's Anthony.
Anthony surname.
He doesn't have a surname for him.
When you give them your names, I assume you give them your full name, right?
Yes.
You don't
yes.
just say Anthony, because there
Name.
could be two Anthonys, and that's a bookkeeping nightmare.
Yeah, he's full name.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Now, you know what? You've been really helpful. Falzarin, hey, buddy. You've been listening in over there. You got any questions for him before I go talk to our gold buddy and see what we can do to get him out of here?
No, I think that's all I would want to know. Seems like we can maybe try and disguise ourselves as these paladins.
I'll keep Greg busy here while I go over and talk to our friend and see if we can work something out.
Okay. So I just chit-chat, make some small talk with...
Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you say his name was? Greg? All right.
It's Gregory, but we call him Greg.
Oh,
You don't have to be formal. We're sitting next to a pool of
tadpoles.
tadpoles. It's not a formal place. Okay, so I'll go over and talk to the Gold Grung real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, hey, the guy was really helpful, let me tell you. You know, how about just a couple years of hard labor and then let him go?
We will be here to serve his use as long as he is useful.
Okay, can't argue with that. Sorry, Greg. They said no.
I thought you were going to make him no longer useful.
Sorry about that, pal.
Give him the old Sardo treatment on the hands.
I think we've got all we can do. I just say we look at some of this armor and stuff and see if we can sort of patch together some stuff to be able to possibly be able to get into one of these towers.
Yeah, I think that's our best bet.
I
We're
feel
gonna
like-
have to disguise ourselves like paladins and hope that we can get some more of these cubes. Because we only
You
got
guys
one.
need more names than just that. But
I think I might have just made a mistake. I didn't get all the other names before I told him
He didn't know any of the other names.
No, but okay,
I
let's
know
go
he
talk
didn't,
to the other
but they're
guys.
still there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
While we're looking at the armor pile, they could still be trying to get names. Because Gozer and I can be looking for, like, what stuff we can...
But Gozer wants to find a shield and maybe a battle axe.
Which would be great if it had the paladin symbol on it or something.
Well, I think all this stuff here it looks like stuff paladins would wear because it came off of paladins.
Yeah.
Any of it feel any kind of magical or anything?
No, as you and Bryn kind of sort through it, and I imagine you're kind of like literally like sorting it. Okay, armor here and kind of weapon. No, none of it seems to be radiating any type of magic.
Okay.
Are there any shields?
Yeah, you do find a shield. No axes though. Seems the paladins from what you've seen, they predominantly use like bladed weapons like long swords and short swords. So that's kind of what you find from them.
Can I carry a shield on my back and then just carry my axe in my hand until I find a different axe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can carry the shield. You won't benefit from its +2, but you can certainly sling it over your back.
Okay. Is the shield in good repair still, or is it dinged or anything?
Yeah, it's a little banged up, but it's just like kind of it's a wooden shield with, again, like the stamp of this paladin tower symbol, and it's got, it's kind of ringed with like a strip of metal as it's been like riveted into it, kind of thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put a shield on my back.
Hey, Grung, if we're walking down the road towards Goldham here with this stuff on, do you think there's anybody else that might find us threatening? Any of your other friends be around that we may want to avoid?
Yes. Do not sport this symbol.
Okay. I think we're going to have to try to carry some of this stuff until we need it. Is there things like just emblems?
Yeah, is it painted on, or is it like engraved in the shield?
On the shield, it's painted.
Okay.
So yeah, you could probably scrape it off of the
I'm
wood.
gonna scrape off some of it if I can.
We'll keep these here until you need them.
I take the shield. I don't say anything. I'm just like, not taking the shield from me.
Will you attack tower now?
Not yet.
No, not yet. So maybe we want to leave like the plated armor and things like that have the symbols all on it until we do the heist.
I don't want to be carrying it any longer than I have to. It's not going to help me out.
So, Gold Grung, if we come back and plan an attack on one of these towers, could you have some of your friends here guide us to the tower, and possibly, if we could get into the blue light without you being harmed, help us out, or at least cause a diversion?
Yes. Grung will help.
Alright, I think we should leave this stuff here then.
And he croaks, lets out a big croak, and another green guy comes with like this bag, and he kind of opens up, and it has like 4 like vials in it of like a bluish kind of oozy liquid in it. To help. And he kind of hands the bag over to you.
Do we know what it is?
Heal.
Ah,
Keep strong.
thanks.
Do we identify it as something we've seen before? Like,
These do not look like the normal health potions that you would like purchase at like in a city or something. They look a little definitely different than those.
They look twice as powerful.
They look
You said-
they look a lot more blue.
How many?
Okay.
Yeah, their health potions are typically red, I believe, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but four potions.
4 of them. 4 potions.
So 1 each.
Yeah, 1 each of the like the regular health potion.
So it is a health potion.
Yeah, I mean that's what he says. That's what he tells you.
That's what he tells us.
can we?
Well, again, I mean,
Okay.
if you're gonna trust him, you can.
Yeah.
I think with potions, actually, if you take a sip of them, I think you can figure out what it is from that. I think that's
Really?
how that works. I think that's how that works.
I'm just going to trust him. Put it in my pouch.
It's not like he's not sitting there like, yeah, drink it. Come on, go ahead.
Gozer will pop the cork and take a little sniff and take a little sip, like she's tasting fine wine.
Yeah.
It's got great legs.
So what's Gozer think?
Yeah, it tastes gross, but it's not causing you any harm, and it does kind of make you feel like a little like almost like rejuvenated.
Tingly?
Yeah, a little tingly.
All right.
Is a longsword a finesse weapon?
I do not believe so.
I've been trying to find it right now.
A short sword is.
A short sword doesn't make sense because it gives me a D6 and I already have a
A
D8.
longsword is not finesse. It is versatile though, but
So how would I know if it's? Oh, it says
What
finesse.
does versatile mean?
Versatile means you can choose to wield it in 2 hands instead of 1, and then it increases the damage die that when you wielding it with both hands.
But then you can't have a shield.
Right. So like so if you're holding a longsword in one hand, normally it'll do 1d8. But you're like, you know what? I'm gonna put both hands on this bad boy, meaning both hands are occupied, and it now does a d10 on your hits.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking about if I wanted to upgrade my weapon at all, but I guess not.
Well, that's a lot. What a lot of people bitch about 5e is, as far as finesse weapons go, like rapier is the end all be all because it's a d8 and it's
Right.
It's the only d8
Right.
dealing finesse weapon damage. So okay, so what now? What are you guys doing?
Well,
I think we've
uh,
learned all that we can. I mean, we can try and get more names.
Yeah, did you go around and ask the other guys' names?
We need at least one more name. Well, 2 more names if we're bringing Thuft in with us.
I think we first go over and talk to Anthony, and I'll say, "Hey, Tony, how you doing, buddy?"
He doesn't respond to you. They've all heard you yell back to Greg, "Sorry, buddy, no go."
I'll say, "Tony, I'll tell you what. I'll do you a favor. Tell me the names of these guys, and I'll put you to a quick death."
He again just shakes his head as he kind of locks eyes with Greg across these pools. They may be slaves, but he's
I
not
didn't
ready
get
to
you
die.
guys in this situation. This is of your own doing. I can't. I tried. Sorry, Greg. Sorry, Tony. And I'll walk out. There's no point. They're gonna lie to us if they tell us anything at this point, anyway.
Yeah, I think we go with what Grung said about saving our armor for later, and I don't think we can expect more out of these paladins right now.
I'm gonna go talk to the mayor, see what we can learn there.
Hey, Goldgrung, you guys think you could take us through the woods at least towards Goldham and safely through the forest?
Yes, and he croaks at 2 of these green guys that had come out with the potions, and they kind of start hopping to the edge of the tree line of this clearing and kind of beckoning for you guys to follow as though he's arranged these 2 guys to escort you.
We'll follow. Does everybody agree?
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Off to see the wizard. I mean, wait. Follow the yellow brick road. Wait. To grandmother's house we go? We're still a ways away.
Yeah.
You're a little ways away from Goldham, yeah. Okay, so these 2 green, they're just kind of hopping, and they bring you through that really thick, forested area, right? That kind of seems to be surrounding their little hatchery here, and back to the road, and they're just kind of hopping in front of you as you guys are following.
Yeah, I sort of want them to take us, if you see where I'm pinging here.
Mm-hmm. You want them to take you off the road?
Yes, through the forest to that point right there.
Okay.
So we could have a shorter distance to walk to Goldham.
Sure, because you guys have you're not going through Zexa.
Right, so instead of following the road north-ish towards Zexa, we'll just go straight east towards Goldham.
Continue traveling through the woods as opposed to maybe getting to the edge of the forest and traveling outside of
Exactly. Yeah, because we're with them, they're going to know their way, and that'll get us closer to Goldham.
Might as well stay in the forest.
That's true.
Potentially get a good look at that tower that we could... that's not one of those towers, is it? That's a different tower. Looking at the map, that first tower that you see it's got the G from
They're
Goldham
very
on it.
camouflaged.
Yeah, that is the tower that emits the blue light.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, so that way when we're heading across there, I would think if those are 10 miles down, we should be able to see the blue light pretty clearly, I would hope.
Yeah. Okay, great. So they hop you through, and it's going to reduce your travel time a little bit. It's not quite difficult terrain, but it's definitely not like walking down a road. So for the rest of this day, they're kind of hopping you through, and you do make it to your destination, to the very edge of kind of this northern tip of this eastern section of this forest. And, as you're kind of bouncing through, you hit a couple additional spots where the growth gets really thick, very similar to coming into and out of the hatchery before. So maybe there are other hatcheries you guys are kind of almost skirting a little bit as they They hop through, and these ones aren't talkative. They don't seem to really understand, or at least speak common, like the Gold Grung did. So it's kind of silence from them. I don't know if you guys are chatting on this travel.
I was only gonna ask their names for fun.
Well, they just give you a croak back.
Okay, they have different color. They're all different colors.
Both of these are green.
Okay.
I don't really have anything to discuss with anyone.
So you hit the edge of this forest, kind of again near like the end of this traveling day here, and they kind of give you a webbed wave, and they hop back into kind of the back to way they were leading you.
What time of day is it?
It is approaching evening again here. You've kind of been traveling for this whole day.
What's
And
the weather like?
I knew it was coming.
As you step out of this forest, you're kind of blinded a little bit as it's very sunny and clear skies. But
So
of
what do
course,
you mean?
you've been
What do you mean
in
by
shade.
evening? Like what time of day?
Like
Dinner time.
5, 6
That's
in the
fair.
evening.
Could we make it to Goldham? Like, no.
No.
Even if
Okay.
we travel through the night.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, you can keep pressing on and traveling and risk exhaustion.
I say we stay here and let's check out what this tower does at
Yeah.
night. Just-
I like that plan. Let's see what we can see once the sun sets, and
How far away is the tower? About a day travel?
Yeah, the tower is a little less than a day. It's like 20-ish miles away still.
And we can't see that poking up, can we? It looks like it's flat land, but
It is flat. It is flat kind of terrain, and so you are just kind of waiting for night and just gonna camp.
we're going to camp for the night. I was just curious as to we know the point where Goldham was and ask them where the tower was if they...
I just feel
they
like,
can
is there any
understand.
way we can travel until it's like pretty close to night and still be pretty safe to just camp?
So then we
further-
would be out in the open. There's like nothing between the forest and Goldham. it
Well,
looks
I
like.
mean, we took that from Zexa to Drew Call, and like the map shows nothing, but we still found
Yeah.
some cover. Like,
we were nowhere near this tower, though.
okay,
They would definitely see us.
I mean, I think you'd feel a little
you
more
think the
comfortable in
tower
the
can
forest.
see 20 miles?
No, I want
The
to
tower
see...
itself, no. The tower doesn't have any eyes.
Well, I mean, the people in
I don't think.
the people in the tower, they can see 20 miles. I really
they might
doubt
have
it.
scouts
Okay,
out wandering around.
I just
I
want to
think
get
it's
to
safest
Goldham
to
already.
stay-
This stinking takes forever.
I think it's safest to stay in the forest tonight, just at the edge.
Yeah, then we could make it in there by nightfall tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you could probably. It's only about a half day's travel, I would probably say, to like the Goldham like city proper.
That's what I'm saying is like, if it's a half day's travel, why couldn't we
But
get
then
there
we-
by like 1 or 2 a.m.?
And if you want to, then yes, you can continue and push traveling, like I said, but risk exhaustion. And remember, you have no idea what the state of the city is in from all these rumors of these monsters attacking it, plus roaming about.
The monsters
So, yes,
were
if you'd
attacking
like,
Victor,
if
I
you'd
thought.
like, no.
I wrote it down wrong.
Yes, you did write it down wrong then. So the rumor, right? You heard from Roland, right? Who Roland had heard from his buddy, who had heard from a traveler. So you got like 6 different variations of this rumor going around playing this telephone game that people are fleeing Goldham because it's getting assaulted by monsters, which is also the reason the mayor has put out this job to power down the towers. But strangely, none of these forest-dwelling creatures have been attacking Victor. So Victor is the city that's not getting attacked.
From without.
Despite
Anyway.
being really close to a forest, which should have a lot of creatures
And
in
a
it.
tower.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, fine.
Bryn's
Bryn's convinced. She sits down and she pouts.
The trouble, Bryn, is that if
pouts.
we push on and arrive in the middle of the night,
Folzerin, I'm convinced.
then,
Shush.
then when do we sleep?
Folzerin.
We sleep through tomorrow?
Stop it. You're not. Her hands are across her chest, leans up against the back of a tree, and just like starts tossing her rapier around and swinging it, and just I don't know.
I
Practicing.
look over at Tuft and go, "Don't sleep with her tonight. Might want to stick close to Gozer. She tends to stab people when she gets pissy.
And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Encouragement Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at encourageableparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us, contact@encourageableparty.com, or reach out on social media. The Encourageable Party on Facebook and Instagram, @EncouragablePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring!